Starting. Okay, cool. We're good. Who wants to do the opening prayer?
I will. Heavenly Father, we're grateful for the opportunity we have to meet here as a group and discuss this case. We ask you to please bless us that we may be able to grow in our learning and understanding of this class. And we say these things in Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Anybody have a spiritual thought?
I got something I could quickly share.
Sure.
So in my religion class, it's the Book of Mormon, and so actually no, I'll just do this. So me and my neighbor, we did our home teaching today, and so we just we talked about things that we wanted to work on this semester, and it's in our one was just, I think it's important to pray. Obviously, everybody says that you need to do your morning prayers, night prayers, and when you pray for your food and stuff. But I don't know. I think for me personally, I kind of want to pray more than that. Just kind of have a better, I guess, communication with Heavenly Father. I think that's something that's really important to have. And then on top of, I guess, praying more and more consistently on all of those things would be to show my faith more, myself to be open to receiving that personal revelation. And so I guess that would encompass being staying worthy and all those kind of things. So for me personally, that's what I want to work on this semester. And so I would just, I guess, challenge you guys to find something in your life that you could, and then work on it.
Thank you. I will do that.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to vote as a group. Do you guys think Doug should accept the turn offer?
I put no.
Yeah. The turn offer is the $2 million offer, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I say no.
Why do you guys say no?
I put no because the guy that he was working with, what's his name?
Tom?
Yeah. I guess he was competing to be CEO, but he wanted 50% of the company,
mm-hmm.
or for 50% of the founder shares. Like when you look at the reason I said no is because he has like a history of selling the companies for like hundreds of millions of dollars. And when they have that exhibit 5 of the different companies that are similar, it shows their values at being like, 300 million and 850 million. So even if, 2 million is a far cry from any of those numbers, even if he was only taking a third of that money. So, I think it'd be worthwhile to take him on as an investor, even at 50, if he's looking primarily just for the money aspect of it. I think he would make more by taking him on as that 50% partner and then having the company grow to where they could sell it for more later on.
Yeah, that's a good point because he's been CEO of other companies, right? And help kind of build them up to be valued at like hundreds of millions. So, yeah, I think that's a really good point. And it's really important to like take a look at the management of the company because that is really going to help determine how much, I think growth it may end up going through. And since he has a proven track record, I think that's a good reason why not to sell it early for only 2 million when they could potentially get like hundreds of millions.
Yeah, it said that he bought in 1999. he had a company called Net Gravity that went for initial purchase offer in 98, and it was purchased in 99 for 500 million. So I mean, even if it's not exactly at 50%, because I think like a percentage of his shares go to the employees. So he may be like Doug may be at like 40% or 45%. But still, that's 45% of a few hundred million is a lot more than 2 million.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the only problem, what's his name, Doug, has is the business side of things. So Tom fills that perfectly. So, I mean, you said $2 million in like the big picture. It's not a lot, but obviously cash now, but in the long run, he'll be happier if decline the offer, take Tom on as a 50% partner and do that. Because I mean, because he already has angel investors, right?
Mm-hmm.
So clearly people believe that he can do it. So I think he should just keep going with it in business. People in place to do it, and he has the tools to do it. He just, do you want cash now or get more?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I get where he's coming from though, because he's wanting to like act like he was the founder of this company when he wasn't, like saying I'm 50% of your success is kind of like saying, I'm half the reason why this idea came about, and he wasn't. He was just somebody who had experience that came on, so I can see why he's hesitant to. Then I think initially he offered him 10%, and he was like, "No, I want 50%." And I could see why he would be like kind of pushed off by that. But if you can like set that aside and be like, I don't care if he wants to be credited with being a founder of the company or taking all this credit. If you just look at it from a financial standpoint, it's probably in his best interest to take the deal anyway, or search for another, or hold off and just search for another person.
Partner.
Yeah.
So then I guess it becomes like a question of, is he willing to let go of some of his pride and do what Tom does and make the business decisions, or is he just gonna say no thank you and kind of keep doing his own thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think of Tom Shields, if the company grows and does really well, a lot of it will be because of Tom. So that's why he sees himself as so valuable, that obviously that even though he's not technically like one of the founders, that he just basically feels like, I think he's coming from this perspective that this company isn't going to take off without me. And so it's like Doug has the idea and Tom's the one that can like put it, make it happen type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think he wants such a high, like 50% of the equity, because he feels like he's that important. And I mean, he very well could be. I mean, if they grow to do really well, a lot of it will be because of him.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, if you look at it from the investors, that business would look a lot better to invest in if he had someone like Tom there with him. Because I mean, they want their money back. That's what they're focused on. And Tom's proven he can do that. So I think that alone is what he's banking off of. And it's kind of like, well, if you really need the money to raise your funds or whatever, then you're going to need someone like that has my experience to do it. So
Yeah, I think if he was to go out and try to find another investor, it would be difficult because he doesn't have the background and all that to do it on his own. Like at the bottom of page 3 on the case study, it says that Cosman believed that Shields would be a good CEO, and Sequel Ventures expressed interest in leading a Series A round if Shields were on board. The two began to think about the appropriate equity split of the common shares if Shields were to join as a CEO. So it's like a lot of these capital firms are saying, yeah, well, we'll invest money if you guys if you put Shields on as a CEO. So it kind of shows you like their lack of faith in Doug running the show.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what it takes.
Yeah, it's kind of like Doug has the idea, but Tom's the one that kind of needs to like execute it because he's the one that can do it. And without him, they probably wouldn't get all the. He probably wouldn't get all the investing. So yeah, I don't think it would be in his best interest to look for somebody else. I think really he should make that deal with Tom and kind of give him what he wants, because if he can make the company grow and do great, then Doug's 50% may be worth a lot more with Tom than Doug's 100% without Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get where he's coming from, though. I mean, to take somebody on just because they have the business acumen of it, it's kind of like, I created it, I made it, I figured it out, and you couldn't figure it out, and now you want half of it. You know what I mean? It's like, I could see why he's hesitant to jump in, but it's a necessary evil if he wants to make more money. Did you guys do the? Oh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead here.
Oh, go ahead.
Did you guys do the? Because I'm trying to get my head around doing these case studies and like how to write them up. And going back to the first week where they had it was a 200-word synopsis, I guess, of the case.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then some sort of graph indicating, I don't know, some sort of math that you figured out on what based your decision off of. Are you guys? Are we supposed to be looking for something? Like, are you guys looking for something specific in this case to do that with to do your Excel part of this?
Kind of. I mean, I usually just when I do cases, I mean, I do a little summary, and then I talk about. I know it in that week one thing. It talked about like what hints did you see of the decision he should make. So I kind of write down points that kind of swayed my opinion on the final decision, and then I usually, like in this discussion, there's a math equation. So I'll probably just use that one.
What's the math equation?
How much money will Doug receive as a group realized, which is pretty much what we're on now, is that it is likely that nobody has a fully correct answer to this question. Here are some hints. Out offers in cash, you need to treat it as a cash sale and give the investors 2 times their investment in cash. And since half of the buyout offer is in preferred stock, you need to treat that portion of the buyout as stock and give investors 25% of the proceeds from preferred shares. Payout is whatever is left over after paying back his investors both the cash and stock.
So where are you reading that?
So if you go into the group discussion,
yeah,
and then X.
Okay. Since half the buyout offer is cash.
And this is pretty much where we are anyways. We've pretty much covered 1 through 5.
Okay. How much money will they receive as a group? Realize that it is likely that nobody had a fully correct answer to this question. Here are some hints. Since half of the buyout offer is in cash. So they're talking about the 2 million turn offer, right?
Yeah. So I'm opening Excel right now to just kind of, as we figure it out, kind of just record it.
Okay. Yeah, that might help me because I have a hard time trying to figure that part of it out and how to do the math of everything.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys if we all just want to do it right now.
I'm cool with that. Are you cool with that, Kyle?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the buyout price is 2 million, right?
Here, share your screen.
Okay, let's see. All right, here, let me share. All right, can you guys see the Excel page?
Yeah.
Okay, so the buyout price is 2 million.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have what's the second? Since half of the buyout offer is in cash, you need to treat it as a cash sale and give the investors 2 times their investment in cash. Let's see here.
Why do they get 2 times the amount?
Because apparently half of it's in cash. So that's just the hint he put in number 6.
If you read it like at the top, the second it's into the second paragraph of the case. There's 2 parts to it, I guess. The firm of the former colleague of Cosman offered to acquire YieldX for $2 million in cash and $2 million in preferred stock. So
yeah, so $2 billion is in cash. Why it's saying half of $2 million is in cash?
Oh, so the total is 4 million then. Okay, so let me change that.
Okay.
Okay, so then let's see. Cash nature. So how much? Okay. My mind went blank.
Since half the buyout is in cash, you need to treat it as a cash sale and give the investors 2 times their investment cash. So what's 2 times? What's the amount of investment he has?
Let's see.
Why would they get back twice their investment?
I don't know. Since half the buyout offered in cash,
each investor contributed 100,000.
How many were there?
So I guess they're getting an equal percentage of what the company is worth based off of a $4 million buyout. Even though half of it's stocks and half of it's cash, he needs to pay out his investors as if the current value was $4 million. So
how many total investors do we have?
I don't know.
There's 300,000 from angel investors. 3 angel investors each contributed 100,000.
So then,
is there
It says here, in the case of a cash sale, the angel investors would receive 2 times their capital and interest before any other money was distributed. 2 times their capital plus interest, and their interest rate was 8%.
Okay.
That was in 2006. I don't know what year this is we're talking about here.
So we know
Okay,
the
so
buyout.
are you looking at Exhibit 2? Gives all the investors.
What's that?
Exhibit 2, does that show the investors? I think it's on page 7.
Let's see. Yeah, I think that might be it. So maybe there's 1, 2, 3 investors with a total of 2,850,000.
Yeah. So let's just put the. I guess we can just put the total investment. $350.
So are you guys putting down 3,385,000? Wait, no, that's not. What am I talking about?
So my Excel sheet.
I think I lost you there. Bad connection.
So the buyout price.
Can you hear him, Greg?
No. It's got that dial-up internet.
You guys hear me?
I'm not really hearing anything. I'm hearing like a few like noises. That's about it. Oh crap! Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I see you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear that. Are you hardwired or are you Wi-Fi?
I'm Wi-Fi.
Oh. Can you hardwire into your modem?
Huh?
Can you hardwire into your modem?
There's a plug in the wall, but I don't have. I need to go buy a cord if I want to use.
Oh.
Wi-Fi here is spotty.
Yeah. Oh, is it? How do you? Is it? Are you in a dorm?
In building, so dorms. So I mean, everybody's kind of sharing the
Yeah. What's the internet speed there?
apartment. I like around usually kind of.
At the top of your screen, do you see the little bandwidth bars?
Yeah.
If you lower that down to like the middle, see if that helps out.
I lowered it, so
Oh, you already lowered it?
yeah.
Okay. I have mine at like 2 bars. But I think it works better when I lower it, but I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm kind of set because I have the price at 4 million and then total million. And
Here, let me share my screen.
all right.
Okay. So here is, I'll make you guys small here. Here is my sheet for the buyout and total investment. And so we need to pay them out 2 times their investment, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 600,000, right?
Yeah. So this would be investor buyout equals this times 2. So 700,000. Does that look right?
How do you get 700,000?
350 times 2.
I thought they invested 300.
No, 350 was total. So if I go, let me go to the case study.
Oh, the total was 350.
Yeah, I think. Oh, wrong sheet. Wrong sheet. Here it is. So these are the investors here.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a total investment of, total investment 285. This is right, 2,850,000, right? Okay, that was wrong. 2,850,000.
Oh, wait.
What? Look right?
So, okay.
He's
So the
made a lot of.
Angel, it looks like, did do 350. It says where it says additional investors, TBA, 350. Looks like that's what they did. Syndicate Partners did 500,000, and then Sequel Limited Partnership did 2 million.
Yeah.
Wait, but they're only being offered 2 million, right? Isn't that less than what has been invested in?
I wonder if we're just trying to figure out how much it'd be to get rid of the angel investors.
Guns became frustrated when the founders first encouraged community team investors. One of Washington's partners, Sequel, for starting. Yeah, so I don't know.
I'm looking at the numbers here.
Okay, so yeah, this is the company. Sequel Investors is the company that was only going to invest if Shields was named their CEO and took half the company.
So they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, so they haven't done it yet. So
that's what I thought.
Let's go back to our question here.
We're just looking at the angel investors then, right?
That might be right. Turn yet. Okay, so it looks like at the time that Turn offered their 2 million, the only investors are the angels, because I don't know who these syndicate partners are. I don't know what that's about. Sequel Limited Partnership, they would do the 2 million, like you said, only if Tom Shields is on board, and they haven't decided that yet. So I think we might just be at 350. And so they did 300,000. The other 50,000, I'm guessing, is from capitalized interest, because there's that 8% interest. That's my guess.
Okay, so let's do this.
So it'd be 700,000, like you said originally, minus the 2 million. So I mean, there we have 1,300,000.
So the two investors are syndicate partners, right?
So we have the buy.
So after the angel investors, there's 1,300,000, right? And the syndicate partners, how much? Who? I guess who is that?
So the total investment would be 850,000.
I thought it was 700,000. Where'd you get? So I got 700,000 from because the angel investors put in 350, right?
That's syndicate and additional investors. These two, right? This one and then this one, right? The TBDs.
Yeah. Okay. So you got 800,000 by adding those two together, right?
Yeah.
Now the angel investors, you have to times that by 2 because they get twice. In the case of a cash sale, they get twice that amount.
So these are the angel investors, right?
Yeah. The one where it says 300,000, 350.
Yeah.
That is. That's the angel investors, additional investors. Times that by 2 would be 700,000. And then I guess plus syndicate partners. And I'm not quite sure, are those the founding partners and they together put in 500,000? I'm not sure.
I don't know. This is why I want to do it because I get so lost in these.
Okay.
The buyout offers in cash. You'll need to treat it as the cash value and investors 2 times. Give the investors 2 times their investment in cash. So it doesn't matter if it's angels or, but anybody that invested in the company needs 2 times their cash back.
Well, here's the. So I did the control find thing. It says this is for proposed Series A financing. Plan to buy out Washington's angel investment and would look for a couple of syndicate partners. So I'm thinking still kind of hypothetical, like if he did work with Tom, that would be the investment, maybe.
So the only people that have invested so far are the angel investors, right?
I believe so. Because there's only 2 syndicate results in this entire document, and that was the other one, other than the one on the exhibit.
Okay, and this I'm guessing this deal is in 2008 by late August 2000. Okay, all right, so that makes sense.
So December 2006, Cosman closed on a 300,000 round of angel funding from 3 investors.
Yeah, so that's the only funding he's got for sure. So that's the only funding we need to worry about paying back before he gets paid. Okay. And Shields doesn't get anything because he's not even
he's not
on board yet. He's just that's just all hypothetical. Yeah. So all we have to do is subtract 700,000 plus their stock 25. So 300,000 in cash. And then give investors 25% of the proceeds from the preferred shares. Preferred shares are worth $2 million, I suppose, right? Since let's see, was it 2 million in preferred stock? Yep, 2 million preferred stock. So they get 25% of that, which is 500,000.
Hold on, share your screen.
I don't have anything. I'm just doing this all in my head.
Okay.
I share it, but then there's not like anything to look at.
You're sharing.
So here, let me type it out so this makes sense.
I'm just going to share my screen too so that it's just kind of there.
Okay. Price.
So this is where I'm at. I don't know.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
Yeah, let me see. Where are you guys at?
The buyout price is $4 million. Total funding from angel investors. Let me change that from angel. Investors is 300,000, and then the investor buyout in cash would be 600,000, and then we need to figure out investor buyout in preferred stock.
So I'm going to put instead of 300,000, 350, just because that's what it's saying down in that Exhibit 2, and because I think that just capitalized interest, because it was at an 8% interest rate, which was beginning of 2006. They sold it near the end of 2007, so that's roughly 2 years worth of interest, and he just capitalized on that, and that added up to about $50,000. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Let's put that out there, like, so they can see where we're getting our numbers from. So, your 50,000 is, how did you get the 50,000 number?
So if you do 300,000 times, I believe I'm doing this right, 1.08, which is like 300,000 adding 8% interest. That is like 316,000 or 320 some thousand. And then if you do that another time, roughly 2 years, you get about 350,000.
Over 3 years.
And I think that's where they got that number in Exhibit 2. And I'll share my screen. See, the next thing is
so this is pretty much what you did right here. Or no, wait, this would be just 300. So right here on my screen, I don't know if you guys can see it, but 3,000 that they originally did, and then the 8% interest, and then this would be 1 year, the 24,000, and then this would be the second year.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that exhibit was saying roughly, I don't know, I guess that's just doing roughly 350,000. Let me show you my screen here. If you'll go to Excel, I hope it didn't crash. Oh, please don't crash. There we go. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm looking at you or Dalton's screen.
I am highlighting a bunch of cells.
Oh, no, I don't see you.
You don't? Oh.
How do I get your screen?
It should go up automatically, whoever's speaking, unless if you clicked on somebody else's screen, then you just have to click on my screen. I'm just highlighting stuff. You see me?
Okay, yeah, I see you now. Okay.
Yep, it was me. So they got 2 million buyout, 350,000 roughly from investor funding.
That was 4 million buyout.
True.
Yay, I contributed.
Okay, so investor funding 350 roughly times 2 700,000. Preferred stock buyout is going to be this cell divided by 2 because it's only 25% of the preferred stock, not the entire buyout price, if that makes sense. So the preferred stock buyout is 500,000. And if you add that all together, that's 1,200, 1,050,000. I believe.
Okay, show me one more.
Wasn't investor funding only 300,000.
300,000 plus 50,000. The 50,000 came from their interest.
Okay, so maybe we should put investor.
Wait, real quick, can you show me again how you did the preferred stock? You did
so
the first divided by 2.
The buyout price divided by 2 because the investors get 25% of the preferred stock. The preferred stock is at 2 million, so that's why I divided 4 million by 2 times 25%. So it's just a quarter of 2 million is 500,000.
Yeah.
Add all that together, and then this is what it looks like he is left with, although that's not all in cash because part of that is going to be preferred stock. So does it want to know, probably after paying back his investors both the cash and stock?
Hold on, when did the total sum of the buyout be 1,200,000? Is that what you got?
Where?
For the sum of the buyout? Because isn't it just the investor buyout in cash and the preferred stock buyout, not the investor funding? Or do you pay? Or do you pay that back too?
No, that wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
It would just be that. So it looks like he would be left with 2,800,000. However, 1,500,000 of that would be preferred stock. So amount left over, I guess I'll put that down. Amount of cash, amount of preferred stock. Yeah, do you guys see that?
Yeah. So
so that's what he has left over total, and then cash is going to be this minus 700,000. Does that make sense?
hold on, let me catch up. So you have amount left over, amount of cash, and amount of preferred stock. Okay, and then amount left would equal buyout price minus total buyout.
Here, Kyle, can you hit Command plus to zoom in on your screen some more?
Maybe I'll just increase this.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay, so then how did you get amount of cash and amount of preferred stock? So
cash is going to be, so Doug gets 2,800,000 out of the 4 million. 2,100,000 of that is going to be let's see, is that right? That should be,
because wouldn't that be over 4 million?
yeah. So the amount of cash should equal 2 million. So I'm going to do this divided by 2 minus preferred the investor buyout in cash.
Okay.
Because we're not going to count that because that's preferred stock. So this is how much he's losing in cash, 700,000. And this, and so again, this divided by 2 minus preferred stock buyout, and that should equal 2,800,000. That's right. So does that make sense?
Click on your preferred. Click on that cell. So that is your cash buyout divided by 2 minus the preferred stock buyout.
Right.
Okay.
So I think he would be left with 2,800,000, which, like again, 1,300,000 in cash, that and preferred stock. But I think at the end of the day, it still probably would be better to. He can probably potentially make a lot more. So I guess if he doesn't sell the company, this is what he's losing out on immediately. But so it's a risk. But yeah.
So this would be the. What was the name of the company that was buying it for $2 million?
Turn.
Okay. This is the Turn investment, right? Turn buyout scenario.
Yeah. So I think that's a pretty good analysis, so you can give like a definite answer as to how much he would gain or give up depending on what he does. And everything else, you can just write up and yeah.
And then what are you guys writing in your for your initial? Like you guys are getting, it's 200 words, right? And then are you just giving me a synopsis of the whole case, or I always have a hard time like what I'm just like reiterating what I've read.
Yeah, so I was doing that before too, but then after I read one of the case studies or one of the articles from Harvard Business Review about doing case studies, it basically said that that's really unnecessary because the professor isn't looking to get a synopsis. He wants to see what added value, what value you're adding to the case study. Like basically, he doesn't want you to prove that just simply that you read it, but he wants you to prove like original thoughts and your own conclusions. And I think that's what matters. I don't really think it's necessary to give a whole synopsis.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why earlier I said I just kind of do like a quick little summary and then I talk about like key points in there that kind of persuaded me to choose a side.
Okay.
After that, I put in the equation, explain like the importance of it and what it's talking about. And then after that, the decision is and why I decided that.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, he just wants you to make a decision and then back it up, whatever it is, and then come to your own conclusion, back it up, and have it be well thought out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I was trying to pound out like 200 word summary every time too, and it's like I don't think that's necessary.
Yeah.
And I guess just if you do that, just like take a look at your grade and make sure you did okay. And
yeah, what are my grades here?
Wait, I have a quick question. So why was the buyout price $4 million?
$2 million in cash, $2 million in preferred stock.
Okay.
You can like put that like in notes or something like that. I might just like add a column, just add a couple columns just to make it more thorough so he like understands what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But then that just kind of messes up everything, but that's okay. I'll redo this.
Okay.
Actually, I'm just going to put this down there.
Okay, so I say we keep going through the questions. So number 7 says, how much does Shields deserve? Why does Washing want Doug to reject the turn offer? Won't Washing get a pretty good return on his investment? Why hold out for more? And how much does Washing give up if Doug gives Shields 50% of the equity? So how much does Shields deserve? Shields is that's Tom, right? The big CEO.
Yeah, that's the big dog.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with 50%. I think he deserves that 50% just because, well, from his point of view, I think he deserves 50% because he's coming in and he's adding the value of the company because he's doing the business half of everything, making sure everything runs smoothly, making all the business decisions get made. Doug is focusing on the technical side of it and the engineering side. So I think just because of that, I think Doug from on Tom's side of things, I think he deserves 50%.
I agree. I would stick with that. I think that's fair. I think that without Tom, the company probably would not do. Without Tom, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember how much business experience, if any, Doug really has, other than like just technical experience. Without Tom, maybe he should. I mean, maybe it would just be best to sell it. But with him, I think it would be worth. I think it would be fair to give him 50%.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of at his mercy. So if he offered him 10, he said, no, I'm not going to do this unless you give me 50. To me, that's a take it or leave it deal. So I don't think you're going to be able to negotiate with him to go lower than that.
Yeah.
They're still in an equal partnership. So it's not like one person has the decision power over the other, which is good. But yeah, if that's what he needs, then 50%, then I think he's in a good position.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then why does Washing want Doug to reject the turn offer? So I think he wants him to reject it because let's see here on page kind of towards the middle, it talks about how it says Washing was interested in Yieldex technology because he saw it was a way to help companies increase advertising revenue with little additional expense. Washing educated Cosman about how to set up a company and offered help and attract seed capital from angel investors. And Washing believed the company was at too early a stage for his venture firm, but he was personally interested in providing a portion of the angel investment. So believes in what Doug's doing, and that I think the things he's taught him and he's kind of brought him to this point. I think he just wants him to follow through with things, and he knows how valuable this company can be. And so I think he obviously wants to invest in it. I think that's why he wants Doug to continue it, because he already has an in through Doug.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he wants them to reject that turn offer because he knows the company is worth more than that if he continues to hold out. Well, Washington get a pretty good return on his investment. Why would he hold it for more? Oh, so Washington he was one of the angel investors?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that goes to show you that if he thinks it's worth it, and what's the 50 partners name? Phil? It seems like there's a lot of people that are saying don't do this. The only person that's saying to take that $2 million deal is Turn.
Yeah.
So even if they all have, if he has money to make off the deal 2 times his investment, he still says no, it could be worth more, then he should hold out.
Yeah. So then how much does Washington give up if Doug gives Shields 50% of the equity?
So his shares dilute 50%, right? The investors' shares. So when you say that Washington's shares, his ability to return reduces by 50 because now Shields owns 50.
Think so. I'm not sure. I don't know how to answer that.
Let's just leave it at we think that.
Yeah. Okay. Can Doug use the turn offer to his advantage if he rejects it? Yes, because I think when he goes to investors, obviously if people are trying to buy him out, there's something there that he has. So I think just that fact alone helps a little bit, especially if he adds Tom vision.
Well, it creates an evaluation for the company.
Yeah.
So it gives it a value if somebody gives you an offer. Click here to read case B case. As a group vote, should Tom hire Barr? Oh no, is there a whole nother world to this that we have to now look at?
Yeah, it's 3 pages. Well, a page and a half of reading. We skimmed through it real fast.
Wait, what is this new reading you're talking about?
So if you go through the questions here, I'll send you the
Case B case?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I know. About
We've
that.
already
There's
been
a
on this call for like an hour.
I know. Should Tom hire Barr? Yes or no? So let's just see what Barr. I'm just going to control find the money symbol and see what they're offering. Let's see. When they first capital.
So then, this is assuming Tom is part of the company, I'm guessing. Yeah. 7 YieldX CEO is Tom Shields. So.
John Barr. Yeah, it says Cosman was also concerned that Barr seemed to be questioning the skills and output of some of the employees that he had hired. He was comfortable by Washington, supportive of Barr, saying that Cosman respected Washington, respected nevertheless. What's the question? Should they hire Barr? I'm going to say no. Next question.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
I don't like it.
They don't need to split up the equity and everything even more. They got to figure it out.
Yeah, I think they're in good shape. I think they should just keep doing what they're doing.
And so then number 10, it doesn't affect anything because everything stays the same.
Yeah.
I think that's it, man. We hit the nail on the hammer on the nail right there.
KC.
Yeah.
Surprise.
These just keep on coming.
You got to download it. It's a PowerPoint.
What? Case D? What?
Oh, why
I don't think Tom should fire Doug. I don't think that would be morally or ethically correct.
Oh, Doug needs to be disruptive. His salary is $170,000. He holds the title of CTO. which I should have. Who's saying this? Shields?
Tom. Yeah, Tom is saying this about Doug. So Tom's trying to take Doug's company.
See, this is why it's good that Shields only has 50%. He doesn't have more than that, because else he would be able to fire him.
What does do the right things for the company mean? Saying it's all about the money at this point.
Yeah, see, I don't think it's all about money. I think it's more than that.
Tom should not fire Doug because that's unethical.
It's just not the right thing to do, you know? Just not the right thing. That's just my gut. That's just my gut feeling.
Yep.
And to answer the next part,
I already asked you that. Did you guys see Silicon Valley on HBO?
No, I still.
Oh, that's what they do. They fire. He's the creator of the company, and then the first thing they do is fire him after he takes on an investor.
So the final question is, do you want to change your minds about the buyout now? Now that we know Tom is trying to
a jerk.
Yeah.
No, as long as he only has 50%.
Well, maybe. I mean, because if they do let him go, he could have gotten more money with the buyout. Huh.
Well, like who makes the decision? I mean, is it up to
the
shareholders, or is it a
I think it's the shareholders.
Committee?
It said something about a committee or shareholders or something in that letter thing.
Sometimes they'll have like a board of trustees or something that vote on everything.
Yeah.
In that case, yeah. As long as he doesn't, as long as Doug doesn't, or as long as Phil doesn't have the controlling power of the company, I think he's okay.
I agree. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. And are you guys doing a solid 200 words or on that on your write-up?
No, I think
I'm going to stop doing it.
Yeah, I just kind of write what's on my mind, and then that's that.
All right. Okay, I think we're good then.
Yeah, that was good, guys.
All right, you send out the link?
Yeah, I'll email it to you guys.
All right, say your prayers.
Yep.
Always.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.